Hello everyone, and welcome back to another manga chapter review. I am the Rat, and this is The Rat's Nest. I'm joined as always by the Crab, Kyle. Say hi, Kyle.
Hi.
And the Raccoon, Trevor. Say hi, Trevor.
Hi. Why are you? That's not how you introduce us.
Dude, that's literally
that's
how
also
I
not our
always do
names.
it. That's literally always how I do it.
No.
You guys, everyone watching this should check out our other Chainsaw Man chapter reviews and like and subscribe and leave comments on them to show Trevor that he's stupid. Anyways, Chainsaw Man chapter 142, Dennis Fan Club. We had the bisexual devil. Now we're back. The bisexual devil's dead, at least for another week. We're back with Chainsaw Man. And this was a pretty good chapter. When I woke up this morning at 9:59 a.m., and I checked my Shōnen Jump app after going through the motions on Pokemon Sleep, and I saw that this chapter was titled Dennis Fan Club. I got pretty excited because I was like, okay, this could be pretty cool. You know?
Yeah.
What did you guys think generally about the chapter?
Fucking hated this chapter. Worst chapter that I've read so far, but only because we didn't get any fight.
Dude, we got Barry in the chat right now.
I got my hopes up. Because Brandon last week was like, "Oh yeah, we got hit with the bisexual devil," but that just probably means that the fight's going to start. So I expected the fight to start.
Yeah, it starts next week, idiot.
No, you said that the bisexual devil usually comes before a fight.
Yeah,
like right
it came before a fight.
Yeah, but not right before a fight. It's 2 weeks early.
Gentlemen, may I interject?
Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care anymore.
There was a fight in this chapter.
Yeah, between me and Trevor just now.
Yeah, that was a fight.
It was Fujimoto fighting with his fans whether or not he's trying to make the sexual assault devil redeemable. That's
true. Molestina getting some backstory, bro, and
on the whole,
getting some character redemption because she's hot now.
She was hot before.
She's hotter now.
I mean, she was always of age, Brandon. You don't have to pretend.
No, but now she's got the crop top on, bro.
I mean, that doesn't change her. She's still like, okay. You obviously don't like women for the right reasons. I like them for their character.
You're right. I don't like women. All right, Kyle. Get us back on track.
All right. I have to grab the steering wheel from Brandon.
You're the moderator when it's me and Trevor in here.
Yeah, usually it's chaos with us two, but then with us three, why do I always have to be the mom? Anyway.
Because you're the only girl here.
Getting right into the chapter, Dennis Fan Club. We see the setup. It's some little like carnival or fair that's just happening. It's like an amusement park, I think. We see Natalie driving around one of the little vehicles, kind of cute to see. And then we see Dennis just kind of blankly sitting on a bench, staring at her. And then Sexual Soulchan comes up and starts like the dialogue of the chapter by saying, "So you didn't join the Chainsaw Man Church after all." Brandon, would you like to continue reading like you usually do?
Absolutely, I can. So Dennis goes, "Relax, I'm not turning into Chainsaw Man ever again." And Molestina goes, "That's a shame. Turning into Chainsaw Man must feel really good, all the recognition and respect. I imagine you get to experience thrills us ordinary people can never get a taste of." He goes, "It's not all sunshines and rainbows, you know." And she goes, "Yeah, no kidding. I'd rather die than get watched in the bathroom like Chainsaw Man." Dennis is rightfully, I would like to think, flabbergasted at this statement. And he goes, "Wait, huh? Say what? I'm being watched even in the bathroom?" And she goes, "Oops, huh? Huh? I wasn't supposed to tell you that. Pretend you never heard it." And he's like, "Are you for real? It's like totally vile. I jerk off in there." And she goes, "Oh, geez, I've really done it now.
I really fucked the dog with this one."
I always do this. He goes, "Seriously, you guys are the lowest of the low." She goes, "I'm going to get yelled at. I sure feel low." I sure feel low. Bro, that is what... I sure feel low. I think is a lower dialogue point than Yoru's methinks. Personally, I'm a big fan of the methinks.
They're both stupid.
I'm a big methinks guy. I say
no,
methinks.
She just likes to be degraded.
Who?
Molestina.
She probably does.
Yeah.
Does. Well, and we all know that Josh is obviously the one who's spying on Dennis in the bathroom. That's just an objective truth. He's the one who inspired it, I'm guessing. Anyways, Dennis goes, touching my wiener.
Inspired Dennis jerking off?
He was the one who told public safety, yeah, we have to watch, guys, we have to watch him in the bathroom.
Public safety, Sean, I assure you, it is
vital to monitor Dennis.
Yeah.
You must monitor him 23/8.
You have to assign me to legally watch him every second. But then Dennis goes, touching my wiener, watching me in the bathroom, you're a total stalker. Then we get the absolutely legendary line of, who wouldn't want to touch Chainsaw Man's wiener? I'm not a stalker. I'm your fan. Call me a fan. Funny water. Can I call you Fountain Water?
I call you Fountain.
If you want to make a character have an appealing, empathetic backstory, right? As he does with Molestina here. She's still a pedophile.
Most characters in this series are. What's your point?
It would be easier to name the characters who aren't pedophiles.
Makima, shit. No, I really.
Damn it. I really fucked the dog on this one. Yeah.
That's so true. Dennis goes, my fan, not a chance. All women who come on to me hate my guts. Dennis, no women come on to you. Molestina goes, well, sure, I do hate you a tiny bit too. Because Chainsaw Man didn't save my mom and dad. Wow, way to make it serious. Dennis is a little flabbergasted. We get to see the wheelie go round there. My favorite ride at the carnival. And we get to see Molestina kind of explain her backstory. The town where Chainsaw Man fought the gun fiend. I lived there with my family. We just sat down for dinner when our house was destroyed. When I managed to crawl out of the rubble, Chainsaw Man and the gun fiend were there, fighting right before my eyes. I shouted at Chainsaw Man, begged him to rescue my mom and dad, but my voice got drowned out by chainsaw sounds. Chainsaw Man didn't even notice me. Dennis asks, did your mom and dad survive? Bro has the reading comprehension devil affecting him right now. She goes,
oh, he's not reading. He didn't read the text, idiot.
Well, then why? It was literally the page before. Why didn't he read it? God.
He's not reading the manga, dumbass.
He literally reads manga. You're so stupid. Anyways.
No, dude. It hasn't been animated yet. That's why.
He's an anime only. That's right. I forgot that.
I'm sorry, but come on,
she goes, they died, but you don't need to worry about that. Reason being, I don't see Chainsaw Man as a superhero or a god or any of that. When Chainsaw Man turned back into a human that day, I was watching. You were crying, right? When I saw it, I realized for the first time that the one who's been fighting all this time, while devils kill him over and over again, was just a kid. That was the moment I made up my mind to save him. I'm a huge fan, Dennis Senpai. Not a Chainsaw Man fan, a Dennis Senpai fan. All right.
So before we talk,
yes.
Before we go forward, I think this is important to kind of dissect. Honestly, and this might sound weird, I'm kind of not a fan of this addition to her character.
That's gay. Why?
I hope they kiss.
This is something I'd have to think more on. I could probably elaborate later, but just kind of reading it through again, I kind of don't like it, and frankly, don't care about it.
Well, there's a couple of questions.
Okay, so what if you were Chainsaw Man though, and you were not a literal child, and you were still your 22-year-old self?
Listening to this?
No, like you were Chainsaw Man, but you were also 22.
Just not
regarding
so
it's not pedophilia.
Oh wow, we moved from sexual assault and pedophilia to just sexual assault. That's crazy.
No, she never sexually assaulted him.
She's a woman. She can't sexually assault people.
Yeah, dude, Title IX hasn't been written yet.
I don't know, man. There's just something about
I think that there's a question that needs to be asked in analyzing this character revelation here, right?
Yeah.
Is this genuine?
That's a good question, because I do think it is genuine, because I don't remember the exacts of who all was there, but he did cry. I mean, I saw that what you sent me on Twitter, where it was like it showed when it was like kind of in the Aki snowball fight flashback during that, of like Dennis was crying, and he was crying in the middle of the fight then. And so that was just something that she had seen. I do think it's genuine. I just don't care.
Well, yeah, she could have seen it, but her being a Dennis fan as opposed to a Chainsaw Man, that sentiment itself.
Know how I feel about that.
I think that she is being genuine, but just because she's being genuine doesn't mean she isn't being used.
Or that
interesting. So you think, Trevor, then, that public safety is using her and put her in this position over Dennis because they know how she feels about him?
Yeah.
That's interesting. As for what, I believe, I don't know. I'd have to go back and see kind of all the times that she's shown up. I don't think I believe her here. I don't think that I believe she's being genuine here. Because she was originally sent by Josh, right? That was the original contact, right? Was Josh sent her. The one thing that Dennis wants and has wanted is people to recognize him, right? Not Chainsaw Man, for people to recognize Dennis. And now, all of a sudden, she's saying this. I don't buy it. I don't buy it 100%. It's hard to buy what
she's selling, yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna have to see action, I think, because I don't think at this point she's taken any action to suggest that this is true.
Brandon, you can't say that.
I think she's genuine about the backstory of what happened. I don't think she's genuine in being a Denji fan.
Yeah.
I'm kind of split on that. Where I think the backstory, until shown otherwise, I do think this happened to her. I think that it's kind of like a hybrid of what both of you had said in a way. We're yeah, I think she's being manipulated, but I do think in order to manipulate someone, there's got to be weakness there in the first place. And because her parents were lost because of an incident involving Chainsaw Man, I think that that's what allowed public safety to sort of manipulate her. And I don't think she's being sincere at the end, but I think that her parents were killed in that gun fiend fight. It's just that I don't think that she's genuine about being a Denji fan.
You gotta look at it like this too, right? She claims to be a Denji senpai fan, right? And she also said that she doesn't like that she what was her exact words?
He wouldn't want to touch Chainsaw Man's wiener?
No.
She should have said Denji's face.
She said that she did hate Denji a little bit too, because the fact that Denji is Chainsaw Man, and so she hates Chainsaw Man, but she likes Denji, right?
Oh my God, she's Asa, dude. Molestina is Asa. No.
Exactly.
Wait, no, Asa's the other way. At this point.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But
yeah.
She, I think she is being completely serious, and she is put in this position so that to try to convince Denji to stay as, not the Chainsaw Man.
I think that she could be 100% genuine. I think this could be a genuine sentiment. I'm not buying it until I see action or proof. Because
you want to see them have sex.
No, because that could just be Josh putting them up to it.
I mean, that's what happened at the theater at the very beginning, where
but they didn't have sex though.
No, not sex, but she still touched his wiener at the theater, or at least groped
Yeah,
him.
but Brandon said he wants to see some action. He wants to see
Okay, not
a 17-year-old child have sex.
Trevor.
That's Trevor.
That's what he just said. That's what he just said.
No, Trevor, you can't do this to me, Trevor. Trevor,
That's what you just said. That's what you just said.
Trevor, please, Trevor, I'm begging you here.
All in all, this still doesn't make her a good person. Like, regardless of if she's being sincere or not. I mean, even if she's 100% sincere, 100% honest, that still doesn't make what she's doing any good.
Okay, so the second question is kind of relating to her before we get to the last couple pages of the chapter.
Yeah.
A lot of people on Twitter, a lot of people around in Chainsaw Man spaces have been saying that this is foreshadowing her death, right? Good old Molestina is going to kick the bucket. Do you guys think Funny Water is killing her off this arc?
I mean, it's tough to say, and I know this is like a bland answer. I could see it going either way, mainly just because I don't really know. I mean, if she continues afterward, I mean, it's just thinking like, what would be the importance of her insisting upon herself later in the story? And is she introduced here, had a neat little arc with Dennis, and then was like, I like you as Dennis, and then gets killed. It's like, oh man, that would be kind of more tragic for Dennis, where the first person who, at least to him, actually recognized him
Natalie.
as... Okay, not Natalie.
Second person.
That's different. That's different. You know that's different. Like, someone outside of that family dynamic that he has established, where it's just like to finally hear another person say, I'm not... A romantic interest. There, I'll say a romantic interest. Someone has like interest in him that he might believe is fueled by being himself, not through Chainsaw Man, that added the tragedy if she were killed. Regardless of the quality of a person she is, that would be a tragedy for Dennis. So I think her dying could be interesting here.
I think if she dies, it has to mean something.
That's what I was saying.
The way that I could kind of see this arc going is the hybrids attack, whatever, killing people. And she's like, no, Dennis, you can't. Like, if she's being genuine here, no, Dennis, you can't transform. She goes to fight them. She dies. Maybe her death, like her genuine sacrifice for Dennis, sets him off and he goes Chainsaw Man mode. Maybe. That I could see her kind of being used there. I think regardless, she'll probably fight this arc. Will she be killed? I don't know. I would hope that her death isn't just like a shock value one. I think if she dies, it has to have some reason. Because Funny Water hasn't really been killing characters off in part 2. The only character that's died has been Yuko, basically. And Yuko kind of, ran her course, I guess. I mean, obviously whenever she was introduced, I didn't think that she'd be killed off that soon. I guess Molestina could. But also it maybe feels like she's being geared up to be a more permanent cast member. So I don't really know. I don't know if I think she's going to die. Just to throw my hat into a side of the ring, I think she's going to survive.
See, it completely depends on the emotion that was meant to be conveyed when Dennis said that's right before being cut off by
Barry.
Yeah, by Barry. Because like if he was about to say that like what she just said wasn't believable, right? Then obviously she's not going to die. Because he doesn't it won't mean anything, because it's obvious that everything she does from that point on is just to gain his trust. But if he does believe her, then, she will die, because the trust has already been gained. She's already been useful. Nothing else is needed of her. And so it completely depends on whether or not Dennis actually trusts her.
Her actions could make him trust her.
Well, yeah,
I'm
not okay. No, actually,
I remembered how you twisted my words last time. I'd like to formally redact that statement.
That's what I'm saying. If he doesn't believe her, then everything that she does is going to be to gain his trust, and so none of her actions actually matter.
Well, I think that if she were to die, like if she were to like actively die for Dennis, he'd probably believe her at that point.
Yeah, but probably also be like, well, sucks to suck.
That's true. Dennis does not care about human life. He did save the cat, dude.
He let several people die.
Dude, there's a cat too. Dude. All right. With all the discussion on Molestina over, let us move into the final 5-ish pages of the chapter.
Me! I'm a Chainsaw Man fan.
Dude, Barry is literally us right now. Me? I'm a Chainsaw Man fan. And Barry comes in and he sits down. We get Molestina looking thick. And then she looks kind of surprised. What? And he goes, man, Japan's Public Safety Commission is impressive. It was no walk in the park making it here without getting spotted, let me tell you. And Dennis goes, what do you want? And he lights a match and he goes, check it out, proof of my fandom, my Chainsaw Man lighter. Will you listen to my fan request? Personally, I want to see Chainsaw Man fighting. I want to see him carving up devils with his chainsaws, getting covered in gore, suffering and struggling and getting killed, and despite it all, returning to life and getting back up again. Basically, he's exactly like Trevor was at the beginning of this video. Dennis
yeah, exactly.
And Barry goes, moments from now, there'll be a devil attack on this building's first floor. Just a hunch. What a little cutie. He goes, and if I had to guess, the folks down there will soon be shouting, save us, Chainsaw Man. We get to see at the food court the Three Stooges themselves. They look so stupid. They look so dumb.
They really do. I think the guy whose name I don't remember, honestly, he's still like holding something. I think Mike is standing in a weird pose.
We don't know that guy's name.
Yeah, and then the other one with the goggles on her head.
Yeah, Whip Girl.
She looked really dumb.
Yeah, she's extremely smart, bro. What are you talking about? So
Mike with hands in his pants.
Barry's grand entrance here, basically being based. The funny mega read into this is Funny Water making fun of Chainsaw Man fans who only want to see action. But at the same time, I'm going to just listen to the song and say that this is a component of Barry's character and not meant as a meta commentary. Though I would not put it past Funny Water to write a meta commentary like that.
Brandon, stop! You're going in circles.
I just listen to the song. Just listen to the song. I'm just listening to the song right now. I love how he says just a hunch. So this is him basically introducing, yeah, we're about to fuck shit up. What are you going to do about it? And we see the fuck shitters there. Chilling like absolute villains. This is going to be a very interesting arc, methinks.
Okay, hold on. You know what my prediction for next chapter is?
What?
You're once again gonna be Trevor's gonna get mad at you because there's gonna be no action.
I would love that, honestly. I would be so happy.
I'm not expecting it next chapter anymore. Brandon lied to me once. I can't trust him at all ever again.
I can't wait till the next chapter.
Dude, but what about my actions, bro? What if through my actions you can learn to trust me again?
You're gonna have sex with me?
No freaking way.
We both have the same response.
I can't believe I get to go all the way down to what's the capital of Oregon? Like Sacramento or something.
Vermont? I don't know.
I can't believe I get to drive all the way down to Vermont for that, Trevor, because you're away at college and not in our hometown of Seattle, Washington anymore.
Exactly. I truly do live 7 hours away.
Yeah.
South.
In Oregon.
Give or take, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, in Sacramento, Oregon. It's so true. This was a good chapter. Obviously, meat of it with Molestina and kind of the discussion around her. But getting to see Barry again, 1 second. Getting to see Barry again was very, very cool as well. I think it's going to be interesting to see the thing that I want to know is, are we going to get any more development on Whip Girl and No Name Guy, who I don't care about because he's not hot, and a woman? Are we going to get any more character development on them, or is it really just going to kind of be focused on Barry and Mike here? That's the question I have for Funny Water.
Do we need any more?
I would like more. with Whip Girl.
Did I ask?
I literally have you on recording asking.
No, you don't. You forgot to hit. You forgot to hit record.
How funny would that? I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet.
Would honestly not record the episode if that happened.
I would be with Trevor. That would be Brandon could just read it to himself.
Dude, yeah, none of us would be recording the episode if that happened. If I didn't hit record, none of us would be recording the episode.
No, I wouldn't re-record it either, though.
Well, yeah, no, I haven't done it yet. I was terrified.
You almost did it today.
There was no, because I went to click it and then I was like, oh, my mouse isn't on it. I probably should click it. I was terrified. I thought I did it once with Kyle with the last Jujutsu Kaisen episode.
Yeah,
check out if you're a fan of Jujutsu Kaisen. Kyle and I do weekly anime reviews, spoiler free, but with plenty of little nuggets in there for manga readers. If you're interested, check it out. Fridays at 9 a.m. or 4 p.m. depending on how I'm feeling.
Anyway, back to the Chainsaw Man part of the Chainsaw Man chapter review.
Dang, for the Chainsaw Man chapter review, the Chainsaw Man part sure won't shut up,
You said that wrong.
No, I said it correct. We've talked way too much about Chainsaw Man this episode.
Yeah, all in all, good chapter. I do feel like next chapter will finally start getting into the action, or at the very least, it's going to be Bartholomew talking with Dennis and saying like, all right, look, we're going to launch our attack. You got to do something. It's going to end with him rushing down and be like, no, dude, there's a bunch of cats in here. And then he's going to let the humans die, and then the fight's going to start.
Interesting thing.
Dennis is going to pull out a gun. He fought that gun devil earlier.
Gun?
Surely he has access
no way.
to one.
No, like gun devil?
Dude, his older brother is literally the gun devil. So like he can get as many as he wants. That's how it works.
Dennis?
Who's older brother?
Dennis.
Dennis?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah, Bennis.
Bennis, dude, good old Ben.
Or he could. I mean, he's got Natalie there. He can just be like, "Hey, Natalie, can you use your Makima powers and just tell them to stop, please?"
I don't think he'd want to do that.
Yeah, but he could.
He doesn't want to get Natalie involved anymore.
The interesting thing is that Natalie is here. So, what kind of role is she going to play in this fight, in this arc? I'm looking forward to it because it's the first time since the white woman jump scare she's been directly involved in the action. Aside from the time that the armed army people ran and raided her school. And
the end of the other portion with Fall. Yeah, no, I think we're just wrong. She's been involved a lot in the action.
No, but like throughout the
not
entire
in the action
arc.
I meant not like literal action. I just meant like action. Like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that she hasn't been in any sex scenes. That would be really, really bad.
Oh my!
Trevor, why do you keep assuming that? Why is that the first thing that always comes to mind when I mention these underage characters for you?
No, the first thing that came to my mind the first time that you mentioned action between two consenting people of age of consent in Japan was whoa there, Brandon. One of those people is not past the age of consent in America.
And yet I only said the word action. And yet I only said the word action.
Yeah, you wanted to see action between them two.
Please make sure to like, leave a comment, and subscribe.
You said it out of order. It's leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
Hit the bell icon.
I don't say hit the bell icon. That's I don't.
In the episode.
No,
join the
Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed.
Join the Discord.